All Things Motoring International is owned and brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. Whether you're looking to sell, need advice, need finance, or need insurance, CHANGECARS has you covered. In this week's episode of All Things Motoring, Mike visits the Old Wheelers Club in picturesque Namibia. And Ernest is back with our last retro review of the season. This is a show that crosses borders.
When one thinks of Namibia, what comes to mind? For me, it's very easy. It is a country that you truly want as a neighbor. What has not been said about this incredible land? Vast, expansive, beautiful. The people are warm. The people are welcoming. The people are friendly. I cannot say that enough. It is truly a country that is at peace with itself, and it shows. Namibia, I have to showcase and tell all that is beautiful about your country. There is no litter. There is no loitering. There is no begging, and safety, you can see, is of paramount importance. You can walk around at night. You don't get the impression that anybody's on guard. To the South African Tourism Bureau, please take note of how a tourist sees a country. So where are we today? We're at the Old Wheelers Club in Namibia, an incredible facility operated by Rainer Rush, who's invited me. What a privilege and a pleasure to be here. Rainer, your facility, as you're going to see on screen right now, is exemplary. It is standout. Could this be in South Africa? Possibly. This could be anywhere in the world. We look forward to bringing to you an incredible show. The year is 1955, and the incredible, much-loved Citroën DS is released, a car that has gone into folklore. However, we've had to come to Namibia to learn a little bit more about this vehicle. Pidda, you've got a very special example here. You've owned it 15 years. Tell us how it all started.
Okay, first of all, I was born in 1955.
You couldn't have made that up. That is incredible. The year it all happened.
And then I dreamed about owning a Citroën for many years. And then suddenly one came up for sale here in Windhoek, and I bought it like a shot immediately.
So there's not a week that goes by that I don't learn something new. And by pure coincidence, it's meant to be. This week on my screen pops up the Citroën DS and a fascinating story. The year is 1962, 22nd of August to be exact. The president of France at the time, President Charles de Gaulle, there was an assassination attempt on his life. And what saved him? This vehicle behind me. Then I come to the museum, and you made a note of that. And what was it in particular that allowed him to evade assassination?
Well, it has a suspension system, which is called a hydro-pneumatic suspension system.
And because of the suspension, he just carried on driving.
Yeah, so the suspension allowed him to carry on driving.
But now there's something else that's interesting. You raised it.
Okay, so we'll give a demonstration of how to jack it up. It's very easy to jack up.
No jack needed.
Yeah.
That is incredible. I can see the smile on your face. You're ready to show that to us. You're going to see on screen something that I've never seen. Can't wait to show it to you. It is the most incredible feeling sitting in the car and feeling the suspension go up and down. What strikes me is how quickly it happens. It's not an antiquated system. This is a system that feels state-of-the-art. Now think about this. The year is 1962, and you've got a 5-speed manual gearbox. That is just unheard of. If you took Mercedes and BMW, two incredibly well-known German brands at the time and still today, in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s and the 90s, there was not a BMW that you would have mistaken for a Mercedes, and there wasn't a Mercedes that you would have mistaken for a BMW. However, if you took their two incredible British brands, Bentley and Rolls-Royce, behind me, in my opinion, the absolute golden age of these two brands. They both did it for Queen and for country. You tell me, is this a Bentley or is this a Rolls? Makes no difference. They were playing nicely together. Have I ever seen a cleaner E12 520? Possibly in 1982, but definitely not in 2024. The thing I love about this museum, the doors are open, the boots are open. Rainer, the owner, said, please, with the greatest of pleasure, do what you need, open it up with pleasure. Let me show you something that will blow you away. Is the toolkit complete and there? Yes or no? I'm not even going to give you 2 seconds to think about it. It's a loaded question. I present to you an original 1982 fully complete toolkit. I will always be super careful because when things are old, they can be a bit brittle. But look at the sponge on this. It is soft, soft, not ready to perish. The rubbers are absolutely immaculate. Define achievement. It's all a sense of perspective. When you're a youngster, having a beautiful bike like this is an achievement. However, as you move up the scale, then you need something a little bit more powerful, and where a little bit less work from you is required. And that's when you come to a help me truck. What does help me truck mean? It means it's got an engine, but it doesn't have a starter. You have to put in a bit of elbow grease or use your foot to start. Then, as you grow older and you have arrived, you need a BMW. BMW, you always deliver. And here is a case in point.
Coming up after the break, Ernest is back with our last retro review of the season.
Where's the closest cosmetic shop?
For cosmetic shop, you have to go straight and then left and left, then left, and this is the cosmetic
Oh,
shop.
that's not so far. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me come over.
Are you looking to sell? Visit Change Cars and click on the Selling tab.
I'm at Mischief Garage to do yet another retro review. And the options that I had were quite spectacular. But what if your budget is 500,000 or less and you still would like to get into the Porsche ecosystem? Well, this is Retro Review, and I'm about to find out what the second-gen Boxster S is like to drive. It's got the 18-inch wheels with Continental tires on, and I do like this wheel design with those little holes over there. And that whole theme continues on the rearview mirror over here. Also, a very interesting design on this rearview mirror. It's got these functional slats on the side here, and the haunches are clearly wider than the front. And then this typical Porsche door handle over here. But let's check out the 3.4-liter engine. Oh, okay. Well, there's no engine here. There's only a little cover that looks like it's there for oil and water to be topped up. The engine's over there somewhere. As you step inside, you can tell that it's not the most modern of Porsches based on the font resolution and some of the plastics and colors inside here. But of course, because it's a Porsche, everything works. And you've got this little button for the winglet at the back. You've got a button to adjust the suspension, and you've got a button to turn off the traction control, or the stability control rather. Then, of course, you've got a CD changer in the middle. And if you open the cubbyhole, there's another 2 slots for 2 more CDs. You've also got storage capacity at the back here, and it's actually quite spacious inside here. The seats are form-hugging, and everything, of course, falls to hand like any good Porsche. This one, and I've just noticed this now, has got cup holders over here that, oh, wow, look at that. One for me and one for the lady next door. Not bad. Mike's often said that if you're looking to start a collection, looking to get into a convertible sports car, or looking to just get into the Porsche ecosystem, this is the car to get. Easy, right?
I think he's absolutely right. It was much maligned in the 90s when it came out as the poor man's Porsche, or maybe the lady's Porsche. I think that has long been, that myth has been dispelled, if you want. And it's an awesome car. I mean, I think it suffered from the same thing that the 996 suffered from, but too much plastic by Porsche standards. They addressed it with a 997, that's the 911 range. But in this case, the second gen 987 came out, and absolutely, chalk and cheese. The performance is impressive. I think it's 225 kilowatts it's got. Mid-mounted motor.
3.4.
3.4
It's a big
litre.
engine, eh?
All we've done to it is remove the cats and given it just a little fine-tune on there. So let's be honest, you're probably looking at between 385 and 425 for this specimen, or this example. But notwithstanding, even if you bring it down to an average of 350 to 400, it's a lot of car. Absolutely. And it's an automated drop top, electric seats. Everything about the car is really classic Porsche.
So before I hit the road, let's chat to the driver and owner of the car and find out what it's like to drive. I'm sitting here with the owner of this beautiful car, Lolly O'Connell, and you just come back from another road trip in a car that we've actually featured before, the BMW Z3. And one of the questions that I asked you is, if you had to choose between the Z3 and the Porsche Boxster S...
Yes, don't forget the S.
Yes. Which one would you choose?
It's a very interesting question, but a very difficult one. They both have a very different experience. So I would say the Porsche Boxster S is sort of a modern classic. The Z3 is sort of an old modern classic for me. Yeah. I love the steering wheel and the mahogany panels, so that's quite nice. So it gives it that old feel. And then you got the Boxster S, which is sort of gives it that younger sort of, you want to go faster, and the experience is very different. That's what I enjoy. The other thing that I enjoy about the car is that obviously the engine's in the middle, and then I have 2 boots. Got the one in the front and the one at the back. If I'm gonna go shopping per se, you have the space. With the weather, you have to have the roof down. I mean,
you told me earlier on you always drive with the roof down.
Always. It's a must, because then what's the point of having a top-down car?
I think in Cape Town, it's non-negotiable. Everybody has to, at least once in their life, experience a convertible in Cape Town.
I agree.
Well, Lolly, I'm going to enjoy your phenomenal Porsche shortly and find out for myself what the Boxster S is like to drive.
Enjoy.
Thank you. There is nothing like a big capacity engine. 3.4 liters. It's so much better than 2, isn't it? Let's put our foot down. Oh my goodness me. Oh, wow, wow. And just like that, you realize that this is a Porsche. And now that I've gotten a bit more used to it, I'm starting to use the pedals a bit more freely and easily. Visibility out the car is good, but these rearview mirrors are typically small when compared to modern cars, but it's quite a wide screen sort of thing. So you can still see a lot out of the car. It feels like you can place the car where you want, and on this country road over here with trees lined down the side, it feels special. This is not a poor man's Porsche, it's a Porsche. This one's got the decatted exhaust, and when you downshift with this car, it just sounds so special, and you can really time those downshifts, even to first gear like that. Somebody just whistled over there. I'm glad everybody else is enjoying this experience too. I totally get it. I totally get it.
Coming up after the break, Mike ends off his day at Old Wheelers Club in Namibia. Did you know? The Porsche Boxster is a mid-engined, two-seater sports car, manufactured and marketed by German automobile manufacturer Porsche across 4 generations. It was one of the cars that helped give Porsche mass market appeal and sales in a time where only the 911 was performing in the sales charts. The first generation Boxster was introduced in 1996, the second generation Boxster in late 2005, and the third generation launched in 2012. Since the introduction of the fourth generation in 2016, the model has been marketed as the Porsche 718 Boxster, a homage to the original Porsche 718. The nameplate Boxster is a blend of Boxer, a reference to its flat or boxer engine, and Roadster, a reference to the body style. Looking for finance and insurance? Visit Change Cars and click on the Financial Products tab.
This incredible facility showcasing the most beautiful cars. And talking about beautiful cars, from time to time they need to change hands. Why did we choose this weekend? With a good reason. They've got an incredible auction. 75 of Namibia's finest vehicles are about to go on auction, old to new. You keen to see it? I know you are. I definitely am. Its full name is Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, but everybody knows it as a Carmen Ghia. What is lesser known is a bit of an identity crisis. A lot of people think of it as a kind of a Porsche. Some people think of it as a Volkswagen, designed by the styling house Ghia. But this one next to me, there's no identity crisis. Have a look at the wheels. Porsche wheels, Carmen Ghia body. This is all it should be. We all know when we see a bumper sticker for the first time how it makes us smile. Behind me is one of the best that I've ever seen. Allow me to read it to you. Anyone can buy a new car. Real men keep the old ones running. However, it's 2024, and in this day and age, real women keep these cars running. The year is 1978 and the television series Dallas is launched. Now, when you think of Dallas, we all have our favorites. Some people love Bobby Ewing, some people loved Jock, some people loved Miss Ellie. For me, there's only one name that stood out. And as much as I was a fan of Cliff Barnes, it was J.R. Ewing. The opening scene of the television series is Ray Krebs driving J.R. Ewing in this incredible 1978, roughly, Mercedes W116. To hear more about this incredible S-Class, we hand it over to the one who knows it all.
The Mercedes-Benz W116 is a series of flagship luxury sedans produced from 1972 until 1980. The W116 automobiles were the first Mercedes-Benz models to be officially called the S-Class, although some earlier sedan models had already been designated unofficially the letter S, for Sonderklasse, German for Special Class. The W116 was selected as European Car of the Year in 1974. This was the first Mercedes-Benz sedan to feature the brand new corporate styling theme, which endured until 1993, when the 190 was discontinued. The most notable W116 model was the high-performance limited production 450 SEL 6.9, which was introduced in 1975. This model boasted the largest engine installed in a post-war Mercedes-Benz and any non-American production automobile up to that time, and it also featured self-leveling hydro-pneumatic suspension.
We've all heard the term, I don't know whether I'm coming or going, and of course, that applies to human beings. Have you ever heard it for a car? No. So yours truly is going to coin the phrase. This vehicle next to me, tell me, does this vehicle look like it's coming or going? In my opinion, that looks like a grill, so it means it's coming. In reality, it's a back, so it means it's going. But then it's a Renault, so it truly doesn't know whether it's coming or going. Namibia, a beautiful country, Windhoek, a relaxed city, and the Old Wheelers Club of Namibia, an incredible standout facility.
Awesome place to be.
Thank you. And we have the privilege of speaking to the current chairman, Rainer Rusch. Please tell us about this absolutely, as I put it, standout facility.
Mike, yeah, welcome here at the Old Wheelers Club of Namibia.
Thank you.
We were founded in June 1986. It actually started off with guys wanting to organize a rally here, and then the people came together and said, but listen, why we have got quite a few nice old cars here. Let's start an Old Wheelers Club.
Just boys being boys, of course.
We are really proud what we have here, some 500 members. More than half of that are full members, meaning members that own these old cars here. Today we have our big auction going on here.
Absolutely.
Again, it's amazing to see the many beautiful old cars we have here in the country. As you see, the museum is fairly small, so our big plan is now to extend the museum to really showcase more of Namibia's beauties here. And that's why we started another Buy a Brick initiative. And it starts with a $100 brick, $100 Namibian or Rand brick.
So for those of you who are keen to donate, on your screen right now, you'll see the bank details. Remember, the Namibian dollar and the South African rand are pegged. It's 1-to-1. But it just sounds more impressive when you say a Namibian dollar than a South African rand. So if you're looking to donate to a worthy cause, this is that worthy cause. I hope it is crystal clear to anybody who follows the show. Why do we love doing what we do? We get to meet the most interesting people, see the most incredible cars, and go to the most incredible places. What you saw on TV is only a small part of what we experienced. However, if you want to ask me the silliest question that you could, it would be, will we come back? What will the answer be? Yes, in capitals, preceded by an F.
Here is the screen top tip of the week. Practice parking yoga. Flexing those spatial awareness muscles by practicing parallel parking in an empty lot. It's a Zen movement for your car. Before you buy a second-hand car, screen it. It's what smart people do. Coming up next week on All Things Motoring, Mike attends this year's edition of King of the Whip and makes a quick detour to Audi Center Wonderboom to chat to some car enthusiasts. This is a show that will thrill and entertain.
Time to time, they need to change hands. This weekend was chosen,
And I'm about to find out what the Boxster S is like to drive. Nope, I'm about to find out. No.
Is the toolkit complete and there? Yes or no? I'm not even going to give you 2 seconds to think about it. It's a loaded question.
Let me speak to the driver of the car and find out what she has to say about the Porsche Boxster S.
Probably need to also say the driver and owner, because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. No, I'm only joking. Only joking.
What a pleasure when a fan from Namibia says, I know you. Ashley, lovely to meet you. Appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Do you need any motoring advice? From where or what to buy? And where to sell? Visit the All Things Motoring International website and click the Advice tab to ask Mikey. All Things Motoring International was brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. There is no safer online vehicle platform. That's not an opinion, that's a fact.